Ryan, can you believe that we are just about halfway done through this Infinity Gauntlet saga coverage?
That's crazy. It only took us 8 or 9 months to get here.
That's right. We got another 6 or so more months to go. But we are covering Infinity Gauntlet every single issue, and we're doing it on pace now for every Saturday going forward.
Every Saturday.
We are not dilly-daddling.
So if we really wanted to, we could do the math and figure out the exact day that we'll finish this.
But you know what? We do have a question from the last video that we need to answer before we do this math.
There's a question from our last video on Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme issue 32. It's from Barbarian Kung Fu, which is a pretty cool name. He says, I just got this book. I was going to read it tomorrow, so now I guess I'll read the next one. Is there a list anywhere of the order of the tie-ins to Infinity Gauntlet /War/Crusade? Yes, there is. I replied to his comment on the video, but we use the list from comicbookherald.com. They've got a pretty extensive list of different reading orders too, not just Infinity Gauntlet, of course, but I'm using right now their list for Dark Knight's Metal.
Ooh, comes in handy having a nice list where you can read everything so you know what's chronological.
Because as we have learned with this video, the trade is not usually it. Like there's a lot more than just what you get in the trade.
We could have just gone from Infinity Gauntlet 2 to 3, but there was an issue in between. And wouldn't you say that that issue was important in this whole saga?
I would say that was. Yeah, there was a good Doctor Strange issue that we just broke down.
The whole eye bit was a lot of fun to do as well.
Oh, yes. There was a whole bunch of deleted scenes from that episode that we did not get to use.
So much B-roll. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button. We pump out a lot of content. You don't want to miss anything. And I don't know if the comic fam likes the video. Maybe we'll be putting out a bloopers reel before the end of the year.
That'd be a nice little Christmas present for the fam.
Oh, I'm thinking so.
Watch us make mistakes.
Yeah, there's so many. But
mostly Tom.
Mostly me. Ryan's perfect.
I get it right every time.
Perfectenschlag. But let's move on to Infinity Gauntlet issue number 3. Ryan, I think this is my favorite issue of the 6 so far.
Right. Of the main Infinity Gauntlet storyline, I would have to agree with you.
Look at this page. This is brilliant. George Perez, right out the gate, hitting it out the park. Look at Death's Shrine. We've seen it before, but the detail work, unmatched. Unmatched by any other artist. Perfect artist to be doing the pencil work on this series. And then what do you have above?
Thanos.
Artistic creativity is at its max here.
I would argue that Thanos is kind of displaying a lack of creativity. We've seen him kind of smush a planet and make it into his own face before.
Yes, like Mario 64 status.
Right, yes, that's what we were talking about when that happened. And then he carved his name into like a wall of rocks, and now he's...
Mount Rushmore status.
Yes. And now he's like spelling his name using planets.
That's
like,
right.
He's got the vandalism skills of like a second grader. Who just carves his own name into a bench, and he feels like a badass because his dad gave him a pocket knife, and now he can affect the world.
I'm gonna go carve a tree.
Yeah.
Put my name in this bench.
School sucks with an X, No homework.
Yeah,
no rules.
No parents, no rules.
Yeah.
All right, so you got Thanos. No parents. Right? We got Thanos moving planets around. Now, the first thing I thought of is like, you can just go to the next page here. Thanos is being crazy. But you know what? They mention in the panel here that there are people inhabiting these planets. So let's break that down a second.
Yeah, let's think of what that would be like.
First off, gravity is all screwed up on these planets. What's up is down. There's probably massive cold spots randomly on these planets. Some of these planets are like slightly above and below and around them. Like they're just...
No more sun. I would imagine there's no sunlight hitting these planets, at least not anywhere near the amount or space that they're used to.
However bad Earth is, which we're seeing
Gravity.
Catastrophic things happening.
Exactly. Just from that shockwave that happened in the second issue.
Yeah, of him shouting even, let alone the snap and like causing all the chaos that would go about with losing half the population at once. This is an entirely new level of sadistic.
At least our planet was in the same spot. Like these guys are getting the literal world's turned upside down.
Insane.
Yeah.
Thanos is going nuts. But this issue is pretty much split off into 2 different parts. You have what's going on with Thanos and then what's going on with our heroes.
Yes.
Our heroes are getting together.
They're kind of forming a little bit of a squad.
A team.
There have been like 2 separate smaller groups that we've seen so far, led by Captain America and led by Doctor Strange, Adam Warlock. And in this issue, they combine.
This is the first time in the 20 some odd issues of this run so far where we see our heroes meet, converse, and plan. We are seeing Doctor Strange bring in characters with his teleportation.
Yeah, he's kind of the MVP in this issue. He's teleporting everybody everywhere all the time, and they'd be screwed without him.
Okay, so let's back it up a little bit. Where do we start off here?
So Doctor Strange is hanging out. He's got Silver Surfer over there. He's got Doctor Doom over there. And that's Doctor Doom, by the way, has so far kind of been my unsung hero of this whole
Oh, my
3
favorite
issues.
character of this issue of this series so far.
Which is not anything I would have expected coming in. But he's such a bastard that like
Badass dude.
I can't help but like
He
love.
gives 0 fucks.
Yes,
We'll get into why that is in a second.
correct. But he's kind of button heads with Adam Warlock over leadership. Doctor Doom naturally thinks that he should be in charge of, well, the whole world really, but at least this group of like 5 people. Like, I'm the boss. I'm gonna fucking take down Thanos. Adam Warlock's like, no, man, I got this. I've got the most Thanos XP, so I'm in charge. Everyone's kind of back in Warlock's play, and Doctor Doom just says, okay, cool, let's go with it.
Naturally. Now, it's not really a surprise that Doctor Doom has to submit leadership to Warlock, and Doctor Strange takes this moment to transport them to Avengers headquarters. This moment is the first time we see characters from different parts of, in some instances, the universe, but really the world now crossing paths. This felt like the movie, you know?
I was kind of feeling that in this issue in particular, like the different, like you just said, the different sections of the universe kind of coming together, seeing Captain America and Doctor Doom, you know, like a pairing of people that you don't normally see. It gave me that same feeling in the movie, like when you see the Guardians meet the Avengers, like, oh my God, look at that, they're cool.
That panel of them just being there together with the Avengers and then Strange and Silver Surfer. It's just such a good moment. You feel like, oh, we've been waiting for this to happen, and it happens right here in issue 3.
It's cool to see them doing something too, because they spent this whole run so far going like, oh man, that happened over there. Look how crazy that was. Oh no, everyone's gone. They're like, oh, what do we do? Oh no, planes are crashing. They're just reacting the entire time, and now they're kind of doing their own thing, taking action. It's nice to see.
It's not enough, though. They need more characters. Who do they bring in?
Oh man, they kind of run down a whole list. You got he teleports Iron Man there. He teleports Spider-Man there. Drax the Destroyer,
Cloak?
right? Cloak, the Fire Lord, the Fire Guy. Almost called him the Fire Guy. The Fire Lord, the character that Drax has been hanging out with. Wolverine is another one. He just kind of brings. It sounds like they understand that they're being teleported.
It even gets to the point where Hulk is there, and they're like, hey, let's get Hulk. We need his like brutish powers. And Hulk's like, I don't know if I want to do this. But Hulk submits. He's like, I got to get my leisure suit on. I got to go through this portal.
That was a nice callback.
Heck yeah.
That leisure suit.
He still looks dope, man.
Still waiting on one of those, by the way.
I know, we
P.O.
gotta-
Box 574. Like Stevens Washington.
It's got to be purple. All right. So he comes in maroon.
It's like the color of that hat,
Yeah,
actually.
it is,
Pretty
much.
close.
Yeah. Yeah. Hulk is wearing this maroon tracksuit and he's looking fly. And he's there and he's like, yeah, I'm here to like cause a ruckus. You know, you need the Hulk. So Bruce Banner's got to bring the goods.
At this point, Doom and them are like, let's go. Like, we got our guys. Let's go. Let's go fight Thanos. I'm ready. And that's still not enough. That's still not good enough. So Adam Warlock and Doctor Strange teleport yet again to the far side of the universe where they dropped off Quasar like 2 issues ago, when he just kind of showed up and then hung out nowhere in the middle of space, just waiting for no reason that we could figure out at that point. But now we see.
Now we know.
Meeting all of these celestial kind of cosmic beings.
Yeah. We got Galactus.
Oh, man.
We got the Watcher showing up. I mean,
So many people here.
Thanos' power is bringing in all types of life from the universe to come together to talk about what needs to be done.
There's a couple people in this 2-page spread of crazy characters that we have seen before, actually, in our coverage. You've got Kronos kind of down there in the middle.
That's right. Way back when
It was,
Drax was resurrected.
yep, that was back in Silver Surfer 35, the second video we ever did. Nice little walk down memory lane.
Yeah. See, it's all comes together. It builds on each other.
You've also got Lord Chaos, Master Order,
Yes.
from Thanos Quest,
The God of Time.
right? Bunch of people.
It's awesome. It's good stuff. We also have amazing shots of Spider-Man. We have to bring this back here because all throughout this issue is a lot of just characters meeting up and having some kind of intimate conversations, because you got to remember, this is like the fire bells going on the entire time.
Yes.
Every character is on like stress level 10. This is threat level midnight happening here. And they are freaking out. What's awesome is that Spider-Man, I think this is in this issue in particular. This is some of my favorite Spider-Man work. Perez used Spider-Man in such unique ways, creative ways, that we have to highlight it. Aside from him being introduced in that gorgeous white panel.
He's kind of like swinging through the portal while everybody else steps through the portal that Doctor Strange creates.
Yeah, he comes in, makes a splash, and then we also have moments where you're like, "What's Spider-Man doing?" And he's up in a hammock that he made, like a Spidey hammock,
cool.
which is awesome. There's another shot of Spider-Man when he's talking to Cloak, and they're having a really like serious conversation. And I look at this panel, and you notice that the web, it goes outside of the panel, and then you see that the panel actually isn't capped. It's just white. It bleeds into the white pages of the border. Now you know that border was probably sealed, and Perez put Spider-Man there, and then he had to break out that white out and put that over those lines. I know if you've looked at original art, you know that that's what they do. I just imagine him going, "Oh, this web is going out the page. I'm gonna white this out." He's so cool, man.
Literally thinking outside the box.
Heck yeah.
Jesus.
The line work is so clean on this. And you know what? This isn't the only like intimate pages you see with characters. Not every hero is in Avengers HQ. You have Black Widow, who's experiencing some stuff.
Yeah, there's a couple of cutaway scenes like that in this issue. Like Black Widow is saving people from a building that is burning down and kind of collapsing, and she manages to run in there and rescue somebody, bring them out, looks up, sees somebody else kind of hanging out of a window, building falls down. She can't save them. And then it cuts away, and we don't really see Black Widow again.
That's right. It's just a little peek at what some heroes are still experiencing.
Moon Knight?
Moon Knight's also there
Knight
too.
in there?
It's great. The Black Widow stuff, I have to mention this, that Perez's line work is so powerful here because you have panels that are actually absent of text. And it reminds me of like the power of like the first couple pages of Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. issue #1, where there's Steranko goodness with there's no text and you're just following the character, and it's like it would almost take away from the story if there was text there and little like sound effects and stuff. Like you got to imagine chaos, people screaming, falling out of buildings. Black Widow is like, fire, trying to help people, and people are on fire and crap, but no.
It's not a quiet moment.
It's not. It's probably the loudest moment in the whole issue.
But it lets the art do the talking. That's so cool.
It's so good. It's like the silent issue, G.I. Joe 21. It's that type of pacing that happens in these panels, and it's brilliant, and it's Perez.
The thing I noticed, I read this issue probably 3 to 4 times before prepping for this today. And the first time I got just the story. But as I kept going and reading more and more, like you kind of notice the art more. It doesn't jump out at you. It's not art that's like flashy or grabby in any kind of way, but it's so talented and like pure and doing what it needs to do.
You know what like best sums that up is my favorite panel in this whole issue, which is you have all the characters. This happens a couple times, but you have like, it's really your first shot of all the characters that have just met. You have Thor seeing Submariner and they're shaking hands. Okay, you have who's walking through?
Cyclops. I remember that.
Yeah, the X Factor, right?
Page. Yeah.
You have Cyclops walking through the portal.
Yes.
And then you got Pip the Troll lighting a cigar for Logan.
That's so cool.
They're not in Doctor Strange's house anymore. They can smoke.
That's the rules. Yep. There's no more smoking rules. So the first thing they're doing is lighting up.
Oh, just an awesome panel that is. Another one where Spidey's hanging from the top.
That's actually a really cool callback to the last issue, because that was a Doctor Strange issue. That was a tie-in. Like if you hadn't read the tie-ins, you wouldn't get that funny little tie-in joke
that's right.
about the smoking.
About the smoking
He's
and
able
everything.
to smoke now that they're in a different house.
That's right.
That's not as funny if you hadn't read the Doctor Strange issue.
Didn't even think about that. Heck yeah.
That's what we provide.
Yeah, we're going through the issues. All right. So then we have my favorite part of the issue. We have Hulk. We have Wolverine.
Yes.
Two guys that don't typically get along. We know what happened in 181.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Button heads.
Yeah, they're not each other's fans. But you know what? They're here together. They got to team up, and they leave. They go to the roof.
They're both kind of loners. They both aren't really completely accepted by their like friends, partners. They're just kind of tolerated / used for their, brutality and strength and badassery.
So that brings Adam Warlock into the scene on this roof.
Kind of comes up there like like a shady dude up on the roof. Are we alone up here?
Look at this wisecracker. Of course we're alone up here on the roof of the Avengers headquarters.
Don't give me no shit, Frankie. I asked you a direct question.
Look at Giovanni over here. You wearing a wire or something? Why are you asking me all these damn questions?
I got an important favor to ask you.
What do you got for me? You teleport us here. I'm trying to smoke my cigarette. I haven't seen this guy since Hulk 181.
It's the last cigarette you're ever gonna smoke, because we gotta go take out Thanos. So I don't think everybody downstairs has the stones to go all the way with Thanos, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, like Steve Rogers and all them.
Yes, Captain America, Boy Scout types.
Are you asking us, Giovanni, to whack him?
I didn't say that. I didn't fucking say that.
Okay, then what are you asking? What are you telling us?
I gotta trust my top guys to take out the trash when people downstairs ain't garbage men. Gabish?
That was it. That was fucking it, dude. That was it. That's right. The Hulk, Wolverine. These are guys that when push comes to shove, they're going to do what they have to do to stop the villain, the person that's causing a threat. Warlock knows that and is going to count on them when the time's right.
They've got a killer instinct.
So what's going on over at Thanos' lair?
Thanos, this guy, he really bothers me because on the one hand, he's such a badass. But on the other hand, he's so, I don't want to say pathetic because that sounds demeaning and he deserves some respect. He's a god after all. But he's pretty pathetic. Like he really wants death to like notice him.
He's spending more time just torturing these poor souls.
We pick up the issue and he's doing exactly what he's been doing this whole time. He's spelling his name with planets and you know, ooh, that's cool. And he's torturing his like, cousin and his brother and stuff. And like, she clearly isn't responding to these gestures.
Mephisto's there just reminding him like, hey man, I know you're having fun, but
sorry to bother you.
I know you're having fun here.
She's not responding to the pageantry.
So what does he do?
So he makes a new woman. He's like, well, fine. If you won't talk to me, Death, then I will make a hot, sexy lady Thanos.
That looks like my sister.
It kind of looks like his twin. Like, yeah, like he looks, it's her. It's Thanos. She's got purple skin. She's got the outfit. She's got that creepy face. And they just kind of start going at it. But Thanos is just
There's some interesting panels here.
I loved that. That's probably my favorite sequence.
He makes Taraxia, and we have a really cool like sequence of events here. Because he makes Taraxia, he starts making out with her, and in between him kissing her, looking back to see how it affects Death, Death is getting further and further and further away. It isn't looking until she's really far away, and then gives him a quick little glance from across.
That's my favorite 6-panel sequence in this issue. Just the seeing her get further and further away.
Until that little glimmer in his eye catches her.
Yeah.
Oof.
She turns and looks back.
It's like, does she care?
Does she
not care?
That's the question, yeah.
Now I don't know. Kills me.
It's so cool.
Kills him.
The layers. Yeah, he's got no clue. He's helpless.
He is utterly helpless. He's doing whatever he can. He just wants to be noticed. Say my name. Poor Thanos.
Sounds like Heisenberg.
Say my name.
We head back to Avengers headquarters. We mentioned why Dr. Doom is a badass, and this is the moment here. Iron Man is getting really irritated with Dr. Doom because he realizes that Dr. Doom is not in this to better humanity, to save it. He's in it to get whatever he can out of the situation. Iron Man says, you're planning on grabbing whatever you can out of this mess. Tony Stark is pissed. It's like, why is Dr. Doom here? Dr. Doom stands there with his arms open. That's my way.
Gangster.
He doesn't give a shit.
Nope.
He will tell you to your face, I am here not to save you. I'm going to do whatever I can to get this power and to rule everything because I am your leader.
He kind of just wants to take the gauntlet from Thanos, it sounds like.
And he's willing to tell everybody.
What'd you expect?
That guy does not give a shit. He is awesome.
He's so cool.
That's awesome. So they get together because they're like, you know what? There's no time. There's no time to like bicker about things like this. We got to go. And they get transported via Doctor Strange Express.
One more time. The time has come. Before they teleport everybody to the fight, Adam Warlock and Silver Surfer go off on their own. They are kind of setting up like an observatory kind of position, like over a light year away from where Thanos and Death and all of them are.
That shot from Silver Surfer.
Yeah, he's like, can you see him from here? And he's like, yeah, he can see us too. Like he knows we're out here.
A light year away.
Yeah, that's so creepy. It was really cool. But they're there, just waiting. Silver Surfer's kind of pissed. Yeah, he's like, well, I should be there with them. I should be, in the first wave of attack. And Warlock's like, those guys are kind of just the pawns. We're sacrificing them. They're the first wave. And then you see, they all get teleported in this giant battle. the final 2-page spread of everybody there at Death's
Finally.
kind of throne palace area. But that's where it ends.
That's where it ends.
That's where it ends.
I want to know from the audience. Last Infinity Gauntlet coverage, you had mentioned that there were only certain characters available to be in this run. So I'm curious, what are the other villains doing?
Why aren't there more villains?
Where are the other doctors?
Right? All the bad guys are doctors. All doctors are villains. Where's Dr. Octopus helping out Dr. Doom and Dr. Strange? Where are my doctors at?
Put your answers in the comment section below. What do you think the other villains are experiencing? What do you think they're doing? You think they're happy? You think they're freaking out? We want to know from you. Join the conversation below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and as always,
Geek responsibly.
enough said. I have an eBay store that I never tell you guys about, but if you go into the description, you can hit the link and you can get some cool comics.